Hi Aquarius, welcome to your Empress reading. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. Also, this may be your person's or yours moon, rising, or Venus sign. So as the Fool journeys through the tarot, we come to the Empress, major arcana. We come to the Empress, and so this reading is going to take a look, and she's all about creativity, nurturing, fertility, the divine feminine. She's one half of the creative force, if you will, at least the way I'm interpreting this. And so this reading takes a look at what you can nurture in your life, what she wants you to nurture for your best self, what might be coming to you to nurture you, that sort of thing. It's all about nurturing and creativity and abundance. For Aquarius, okay. Wow. So there's the other part of, we have the Empress and the Emperor, so he's showing up. How you doing? This is Aries. And there's the sister, the one before High Priestess. So that's Pisces or Cancerian. We've got Aries there. The World, why not? Let's just do a major arcana fest. Four of Swords. Judgment. No, the Lovers. Saw that angel. Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. Four of Wands. Yes, you can see all those. Okay, good. Can you see this one? Yeah, there's Judgment. There we are. Judgment. Queen of Wands, Aries. Eight of Swords. Okay. Not too shabby, Aquarius. Good for you. So this is, what have you done? No, you've just come out of something because you're dealing with a lot. This is you not needing to do anything right now. This is the year of you. For a lot of these, it has been Empress asking or showing up to say, stand down. This is a time of not doing anything. This is a time of you healing, integrating, doing for you and yours this year. All right, so let's see. Good golly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcana out of 9. Whew. Major stuff. You've been through it. What's this High Priestess about here? What's this High Priestess about? You need to listen to your inner voice. You getting back to basics. Things calming down so you can reconnect internally. Letting your intuition guide the way, leading to stability. What's this World card about? What's this World card about? 8 of Cups. What's this 4 of Swords about? I have a feeling this is going to be short and sweet. I mean, I can talk, but you know, I feel like this is going to be much more concise than I usually am. What's this 4 of Swords? 3 of Cups. I was going to say 3 of Hearts. 3 of Cups. So what's this Lovers card about? Ace of Cups. Good gracious. Wow. What's this 4 of Wands? This 4 of Wands for Aquarius. 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Holy cow, Aquarius. You need to stay away from each other. You and your person need to stop dealing with each other. There needs to be a return to stability. You need to listen to your intuition. You know that what you have to do to return to stability and the control in your life that you want is to stop dealing with this person. You two are like this, and you need to be like this. You need to stay disconnected, because that's not happening. You've got either they reach out or you reach out, or you keep crossing paths. You keep thinking, maybe we can just be friends, or we'll just take a break. This is about you stopping that and reconnecting and strengthening your intuitive muscle, so to speak, and figuring out what you want for a relationship, and sticking to those principles, not waffling and kind of allowing either this person to come back in, or still thinking so much about that person that it's preventing you from moving forward, and it's kind of shaping what you think you want in the next person, because you're kind of not over the first person. You haven't done your due diligence perhaps in getting over it, or making any progress, because you still think there's a chance, or you think that by holding the door open that it eventually come back around again. Because if you go inward and strengthen yourself, go inward to find out that which would give you stability, or a new and improved stable you would emerge. Like if you come back to stasis and stability, that means that you can't have this with this person, and that's not true, but it feels like this or that thinking, and deep down you still might not be completely finished yet. There could be some unfinished business here, but either way, it's about taking a firm stance on where you're at in this relationship, not necessarily on the relationship, but where, like, staying true to yourself here, because the reading focuses on how you can best nurture yourself and then your relationship. And that would start with a very intact and stable intuition, like reconnecting with yourself and being able to then make decisions based on that strong intuitive connection. Getting back to, does it feel right? Does it not? That sort of thing. But it's focusing within instead of without, focusing internally on what feels right. It could be it feels right to just give this a break and stay with this person. But focusing on what feels right versus not wanting to go there, and yet focusing on the relationship or on this other person as sort of an avoidance thing to doing what you know is right, or what you feel is the right thing to do, you just don't want to yet. Very simple, not easy. Very simple to know, that doesn't feel right. Ooh, that's not right. But it's not easy to act on that, because a lot of times we don't trust ourselves. We just think, I'm just overreacting, or we discount it, and so it gets really confusing to sort that out. Anyway, okay, so what's this judgment about? This is judgment here. Oopsie. Two fours and two twos. There's some frustration. So you two have agreed on this, but there's some 3 4s. Ooh, there's 3 4s here. Yeah, you need to spend some time thinking here. This is judgment. The Hanged Man reversed. So, yeah, that's why you got to have those strong boundaries and decide for yourself, and quite possibly seclude yourself or for safety. Could be not per se. I'm not talking, that's a completely different set of circumstances. I'm not advising on no matter what, just keep yourself, no. What I'm talking about is you and a person who can't quite seem to call it a day for whatever reason. And it begins with you setting the boundaries to take some time for yourself, to strengthen that intuitive side, because you've got somebody here that keeps coming back, that it isn't able to let go. There might be some blaming, there might be wanting to rehash, or this is just someone that has trouble letting go of things, and they have trouble forgiving and not assigning blame. It's not a justification, but it is a reason, that sort of thing. Like it's either all or nothing. They don't let things go, and they don't let things stand. They don't want endings to things. They don't want things to be over or finality. So there's a real strong pull here for you to set some boundaries and decide what you want, if this is it or if it's not. But either way, there needs to be a final call here. You need a break. And a lot of these readings sound the same. I know some of you are going to probably come back with that in the comments, but this really is about focusing on yourself and getting back to where you're able to listen, getting that control back in your life, and figuring out what feels right. Does this feel right? Is this for my best interest? Is this for me and mine? Our best interest, that sort of thing. What's this Queen of Wands? That could be Aries. She has shown up a lot throughout all of these readings. She's shown up. This is Queen of Wands. Seven of Wands. Good. So, you are not at a loss for drive, passion, or determination. But that doesn't mean that you need to expend that energy with this relationship anymore. It really is about coming to a decision, reaching that turning point of boundaries. But I need to take this time for myself. I need to figure out what I want, what my choices are going to be. I want to think about having a unified love, focusing on that for myself, rather than trying to continue this relationship where we both should walk away here. It's this Eight of Swords. It's this Eight of Swords. Oopsie. Ten of Pentacles. Good. Good. I like that. Because, well, I know you're like, Eight of Swords, what? No. Excuse me. This is about, don't worry about your security and stability. That's going to be a given. You don't need to worry about that. So if you are, just focus on kind of navigating the final with this relationship, because there needs to be finality or a conclusive end here. And it's one of those things where if you don't want it, you don't have to stay with it. And I think it's being drawn out, and it doesn't need to be. Like, that's what for whatever reason, kids or money, whatever reason. But the key to you returning and nurturing this year and getting the most out of this year and connecting with yourself and finding what is best for you and how to best nurture yourself, what is called for here is strengthening your intuition and letting an ending stand, and being able to make choices and knowing what you will and won't stand for, knowing what you want in a relationship, going through this so that you can be the better for it, coming out on the other side. You know what you want in a relationship, you know, and you have the resilience and the trust and the strength to give to the right relationship, not just anybody that'll fill a space. Do you know what I mean? This is about strong choices. It's about waiting for the right one to come along, because you've been kind of helping or limping this one along, and you don't need to. There's better out there for both of you. This is two people just trying to make it work, and you both need a break. You both need a break. Okay. Specifically, this is because this is someone that they'd rather do anything than to let go. This is someone that doesn't quite like the silence. They don't like not being in a romantic relationship. They don't like, and not in the good way. Like, this is not someone that's just like, man, I just love connection, partnership, and I want to be with as many people as I can, or whatever. This isn't that. This is someone that would rather cause drama than to let things lie and not just to let things be where they are. Like, okay, we ended, that's it. It's almost like they're like, okay, what do I got in my bag of tricks? Let's see, I could say, oh, this member of my family is not doing well, they're in the hospital. No, let's say that my car broke down. Let's do that. Let's use that this time. So this is someone that's always coming up with something to somehow keep a connection, and it's gonna basically be you determining and setting up boundaries about not re-engaging with them so that you can figure out what you want. Because while you're busy with them, it's a distraction, and you really do have to be quite assertive with this type of personality, just because they're pretty darn assertive. And you're gonna have to be quite assertive with them, because this is quite a pivotal relationship, and it's not that they want to be with you, it's that they don't want to be without you more than they want to be with you. They just don't want this to end, and not for the right reasons. What else for Aquarius? Whoopsie. They need distraction. Knight of Cups. They need distraction. They need to be with their tribe and their friends, and they need to get some perspective on this and kind of distance themselves also. But they're so focused on you and this situation that they're kind of really neglecting the rest of they need to nurture their own relationships and their family and their friends, and they need to pay attention to their tribe and leave you to yours. Okay. Knight of Cups. So that could be Scorpio. This is also one of those relationships that can be really romantic and passionate, but there's not a lot of substance there. It can quickly turn moody and game playing and giving someone the silent treatment, and so it's one of those that are very romantic and almost like knight in shining armor, fairy tales type stuff, but that's not based on stability. Like, that doesn't lead to stability, really. It's kind of that wishful, fanciful, idealizing the perfect partner type thing, and when you get it right, you really get it right, but when you guys are on the outs, it's kind of a lot of immature behavior or game playing or blaming. It's not really proactive problem solving. It's more like blaming and silent treatment and punishment. And so there needs to be like a sincere offer here. And there isn't one. It's two people keeping time with each other because no one's really putting their foot down to turn in a different direction or to say, nope, I need my space. I need my space. Got to figure out what I want. And you, in turn, this could be about you making a decision if you want to be with this person or not. Maybe you're giving mixed signals and that's why they're not letting go. Why they're upset, why they're not able to let go. Because they're like, you said this or you act this way, but then you shut me out. Or maybe it's about figuring out what you want, and this person's, maybe you told that person that and they're hoping that you will, and they're like, okay, I'm waiting. Maybe that's why they can't walk away. If that's the case, maybe you didn't expect them to want to wait. Maybe you expected them to go, you know what, fine, take as long as you need, I'm out of here. They're not doing that. So you're going to have to be pretty assertive about your boundaries or say, nope, I need to do for me right now. A lot of these are very much that. There's quite a few of these that it's about, this needs to be stopping focusing on the relationship and focusing on yourself, because across the board here, what it looks like is people have focused on the relationship to the detriment of their own needs, theirs and their own, or so. Okay, what else for Aquarius? A hidden gift, sadness, an ending, and a new beginning. Again, with the finality, there's just, it's not preferable, obviously, or preferable. Nobody, because it's kind of harsh here, and it's almost like there's this rationale or justification. Well, at least it's someone, and this someone is familiar, so, it's not so bad. But you don't want that. You really want this deep, abiding love, this romantic love, and this strong, stable partnership. And there has to be an ending to this so that you can get to that. What else for Aquarius? So this whole year, or the better part of this year, Aquarius, is you moving through this and processing this and keeping to yourself and not entertaining this person when they knock on your door again or coming back, or because you can't. You're not going to be able to find the love that you want if you're still dealing with someone that can't quite let go, that's having trouble with the closure and the finality of it and walking away. I know I could have a positive spin on this and be like, well, they don't want to let you go, they want to work this out. But this is not that. Like, that has its place in a reading, but the rest of this is about you needing to make a decision. And so it's not very comforting when someone won't let you go, because that just confuses things. That's not good news, you know what I mean? The Fool reversed and the Knight of Swords. All right, so this, okay, wow. So this, you could be dealing with someone, this is a Aquarius right here. So Aquarius, you could be dealing with someone that is quite reckless, or you could be dealing with you deciding no new beginnings. It's not a good idea. I don't want rejuvenation or rebirth. I don't want a clean slate. I want to be independent and do my own thing. I want to be unto myself right now. I just want to go rogue and sort through some things. So this is not a new beginning with an Aquarius, or not wanting to deal with somebody that's reckless, wanting to just cut ties. It could be that you have to take that active stance on it. Just be very assertive and very forthright and very, like, no uncertain terms here. This is over, this is done, and it's very decisive and quick. And it might come to that because you've got someone that isn't, maybe it's just someone that wants direct yes or no or direct communication instead of this kind of going back and forth, because there's a lot of back and forth here. But if that's not what you want, if this really is about you strengthening your own intuition and your own getting back to you and kind of just coasting through the year, figuring yourself out, making your own choices, figuring out what you want in a real, abiding, loving relationship, you need to tell them that, because they're not letting this go. They keep coming back. And in their mind, I think there's this feeling that they might feel like they're being led on or encouraged, or that it's okay, that you don't want the closure either. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So this year is about you deciding what you want in your or in a romantic relationship. And I think you already know, and I think you know that this one isn't it, but you two have history, so there's a lot of, and this, to be fair to you, your person is very clever about finding ways to kind of get themselves back in your life. Like, hi, I'm sorry to bother you, I think I left this there, or hey, it's so-and-so's birthday this weekend, I know you and I aren't together, but they are a part of your life, and here we'll be having it at this time and such, and it starts from there. This person is very clever that way, so just know that it's gonna have to be like a hard no. Like, you can celebrate that person's birthday another area, like, oh, you don't have to respond to that text or whatever, and you can always drop a gift by when there's no party, when you know what I mean. Like, there's ways for you to still maintain connections that you have with this person without having to involve that person. If you're worried about, oh my gosh, well, I won't have access to this person anymore, I can't. No. They don't need to be involved in everything that you do. They would like to be, but they don't need to be. All right, I hope this was helpful. I know it was kind of boring, but a resounding make a decision and tell them and stick to it here. Mixed signals. I hope this was helpful. Again, boring though, I know. I hope to see you in the next reading. Good luck to you. Love and support, and you take care. Thank you for stopping by.